One two one two one two. Oh, there we go. One two one two one two. Yep. We right there. We right there. What's going on? Had to take a little minute and take a little bit of time to go ahead and share, but it's been like maybe a week. I'm back. It's been a busy one. Hit the share button if you like, please. Let's rerun that. I like that song. There's a lot to talk about. We were heading into the 4th of July weekend, so it's a lot to talk about. I'm going to open up the phone lines, but it's been a busy week in the city of Pontiac and the metro area of Pontiac. But I'm going to open up the phone lines. You can call in. You can discuss what you want to discuss. But shout out to Pontiac United, Tracy Hirsch. A shout out to Oakland Ford. We had the Pontiac 2025 mayoral debate. Let's see who's in here chiming in. What up, dope? What's up, dog? So yeah, I mean, a lot to talk about tonight. So whoever want to chime in and call in. Also, hey D, Derek, I'm gonna call you Derek. Hey Daryl, did you know that the city of Pontiac is interested, or they looking into buying Pontiac Central? So city council voted on that, and they looking into buying that for DPW, the Department of Public Works. They looking to buying that building for $12 million, brother. $12 million. But I think I think you got to get that building back, bro. And in my personal opinion, I think that's a good thing. You know. Because there's so many uses that building can have, you know what I mean? So I'm looking forward to, you know, getting that building back up under the umbrella of the city of Pontiac. I know it was in the Pontiac School District's hand, but that's two different entities. But now it may be looking like it's back in the city of Pontiac's hand. As far as the Pontiac Central building, I'm with it. I think it's a great acquisition that's going to happen. I know a lot of people had a lot of different things to say about it as far as the citizens. But overall, outside of that, outside of that, I think that's a good acquisition. I think, I'm gonna tell you the truth. I mean, it's so much, they looking to use it for the DPW, the Department of Public Works, like the salt trucks and stuff like that can be housed there. But I know a lot of different things just outside of Department of Public Works. That building is so huge. Like, a lot of people haven't been in that building, man, and they don't know the depth of the Pontiac Central building. Like the two below grade floors and the two above grade. Of course, people know about those, but it's so much you can do with that building. So I know a lot of people, citizens did have a little, had some concern about that building being gotten, but man, I think it's a good thing. I'm looking forward to it actually, because I want to be able to, whatever the city decides to do, which I think they're going to use it for a lot of other things besides the DPW. I think, it's going to be able to be used for things with kids. Let me pull you up what you said. I know you still out of state, I think, right? Yeah. Well, I'll be the pulse, the heartbeat for you, man. I'm still hanging on, still hanging on. I'm trying to still be involved in a positive way since I'm around the area, man. And like I say, I'd love to have that building back in rotation as far as some type of public access for the community for Pontiac. I know Lee Industrial had it. And every time I ride past that, man, I'm like, dang, I wish. But, the building is back, hopefully in rotation. There's going to be a lot of stuff that I think that can be done with that building. I think, man, not only just the DPW, but in my opinion is a lot of other facilities as far as for the city of Pontiac can be housed in there or work through in there. And I want to be able to go in there and help and do the things that, maybe they need whatever they need as far as what I know how to do. I can come in there and help, and do my part as helping the city progress in the way that I can. I always wanted to help with the technology portion or what I do. I've been blessed to be able to help in a way that have been able to help with the city of Pontiac, where they call on me for certain things. And just so I'm looking forward to in the future endeavors with the city, and that I'm able to do stuff. You know what I mean? And just make my mark, man. I want to be able to. At the end of it all, I guess I just want to be able to say, hey, you know what? He contributed and, did whatever. Which you say you back. Okay, you laying low. I feel you there, bro. You still got the bike, or what's going on with that, dog? I don't get on it too much more, but I'm thinking about jumping on the next couple days, man, and I'll be slow cruising, D. I don't ride fast. Hey, I get on. I got this little Bluetooth joint in my headset. I'll be on the phone or I'm listening to the radio and I'm cruising, bro. I don't even tuck no more. I don't even be like this no more. I'll be riding that joint like a Harley. But I said, you know what? If God bless me, man, that's what I want to do. You know what I mean? I get me a trike at this point, dog. You know what I mean? I could lay back and be cool. But moving forward, what I was saying is that we had the city of Pontiac not the city of Pontiac, but there was the Pontiac mayoral debate this last Saturday at ATAP. And also, it was just a lot of stuff going on this weekend that passed. I had my head tucked and doing my job, and you still got it. You still got it up here with you, dog. You said, you feel me? You still got it. If you still got it, man, we got to hook up, dog. I'm telling you, I'm slow rolling, brother. I'm old. Hey, dog, I'm old man and on a crotch rocket, dog. I'm just for real. But yeah, this week, like I said, okay, let me get to that point. The 2025 mayoral debate was at ATAP this last Miss T.D. Lou was this weekend, and there was a lot of good information. I want to give a big shout out to Pontiac United, Tracy Hirsch. Once again, a big shout out to Oakland Ford. Once again, did an outstanding job of hosting it. As always, those types of events are not easy to. Those type of events are not easy to do. The coordination of it, and being able to have everybody there, to have the tech, the space, the food, the comfortability, having the candidates there, not only just the candidates for the mayoral position, but each candidate basically for each district that's running and at large was there. Primarily, mostly, almost everybody was there. And all right, bet. Well, we got to get together then, dog. And it was a good event. I had, they had me do the live stream. Turned out pretty well. Hopefully, everybody was able to get the information they needed through me doing my job. But it was a pleasure and an honor once again to be able to be of service. And, I'm happy that I was able to do it. I had a busy week last week, man. So, then earlier that day, Council President Mike McGinnis was at the Be in the Driver's Seat podcast at my content studio, to be on the Be in the Driver's Seat podcast with Regina Woodard and Dr. T, Teresa Moore, talking about his platform, what was his points of reference, what his experience was, and why people should support him. So that was a good day. Basically, Saturday started off. It was crazy because I saw Mike McGinnis early in the morning, and then in the evening I saw him. He was like, "Hey, we started off today, we ended it." I'm like, "Yeah, we did." So he came in and had a great interview. The week before, they had Gil Garrett. Also seeing Gil Garrett at the a couple of days before. Gil Garrett was at the JC Park, and Kermit Williams was at JC Park's J.C. Park at the what was it? The Music in the Parks, owned by the city of Pontiac. So they was there mingling and talking to the people and doing things like that. So, oh wow. Okay, I thought my internet was messing up. Hold on. Okay. For some reason, my internet was freezing up or doing something weird, man. But my son's PlayStation stopped working. I'm like, the internet up there messing with it. Hey, I paid the bill now. I paid the bill. But if you can, please share a little bit. Also, man, now I have different political ambitions and different political. Hey, look, I don't only just talk about what's Pontiac. I talk about what's going on all over the spot and all over the place and how national news affects Pontiac, Metro Pontiac area, Michigan. But not too long ago, you know, we had where the where the bombs was going over Iran. Now I had James Gay. I'm calling you out, James Gay. Does James Gay know? Hey, look, I think Trump is actually doing a decent job. And I know a lot of people don't like, yo. So, you know, but I don't be messing with nobody. Everybody right to their own opinions of what they feel. So James come texting me, messing with me. Oh, your president got us into a war. And where the war at? So I had to call him back and rub it in his face. Where the war at? Where the war at, James? You said we was going to war. Don't make me bust freestyle on you, buddy. Where's the war at? You've been calling me, trying to see where the war at. Talking this and that. Young dog, where the war at? You ain't wanna see with me, where the war at? James Gate, I'm calling you out. Where the war at? So he was calling and messing with me. James Gay, I got love for you, but we messed with each other on the political scene. So we were going back and forth. So a lot of stuff was going on far as with this Iran conflict and the bombing, and it got a little sticky for a little bit. I know a lot of people was a little worried about how things was and is going to turn out with that whole situation. Luckily, it turned out the way it turned out. You know, luckily it turned out the way that it turned out. And nobody, you know, Iran kind of pulled back on their nuclear ambitions for now, as we see, I guess. That part of the world is real. That part of the world really is always in turmoil. I got deep convictions and deep thoughts on that. I used to really double down and you know, I just got some, you know, thoughts and stuff like on that. But I am going to open up the phone lines, 248-905-1128, 248-905-1128. Whoever want to call. I know it's a little late in the evening. But what's up, Daryl Crutchfield? What's up, dog? What you think about, hey, I just seen Daryl not too long ago. What you think, man? What you think about the war? what you think about the you know? Tell me what you think about it. If you're still on, I don't know if you're still on or not. But yeah, 248-905-1128. Now, I guess I'm going to talk until I'm going to talk about what I want to talk about right now for a minute. If you want to call in, you can call in. But this is concerning this is concerning the Pontiac Central Building. I think it's a great, where my hand clap at? There we go. Hey, yo, I don't know where my button's at. I think that was a great thing that happened. because, yo, I understand there was some problems as far as what the public was talking about, where a lot of people didn't know. Damn, I kind of like that. Let me take it back. I know it was some type of problems with how the masses of the public citizenship took that, but ultimately, I think that was a great decision. And if you want me to tell you in a freestyle, I will. I just feel like, I am so glad last week is over with. It was busy, and I got through it. I think I got through with flying colors, so I'm feeling kind of like I want to, I think I can go in. Last week was a something to behold, but I got through it, even though I'm getting old. This is Sante from the old school, and they thought that I couldn't get the new rules, but I'm back, and I'm taking it by next, and you don't want to see me, I am next. It was hard that week, but I got on through it. I'm just like that Nike boy, I had to do it. Made my money, set back, collected checks, understand. Oh yeah, let me just stop. This beat is kind of fire. I don't want to have to bring out my, I can rap, y'all. NewYorkBangers.com. I can rap. Hold on one second. This is my old CD. I always advertise this. I tell people I made a triple CD. All right. It went plastic, but I made a triple CD. You know what I'm saying? 52 songs. I could rap if I had to. But yeah. But again, like I was saying, I think the Pontiac Central Acquisition building was a great thing. I know some citizenships had, some things to say about that. Also, I didn't even know that there was fireworks last night at the M1 concourse. What's up, Amy Headley? What's happening? So I'm gonna open up the phone lines. I didn't know that the M1 concourse had fireworks last night. I think I was just so tired yesterday, and I got through the week. I really didn't do nothing last night, but I did hear the fireworks. I didn't even know it was downtown. Then I seen Eric Hathaway had posted that there was fireworks, but I heard a little something went down last night, bro. That's one of the reasons why I really don't get out much. You know what I'm saying? But yeah, I heard. Hey, Latoya. So y'all gonna pull this freestyle out. Y'all keep if y'all coming on, please share. Hit the share button for me, please. Hit the share button. I'm gonna open up the phone lines. Hit the share button. I'm gonna hit it one more time. Because I like crowd participation. 248-905-1128. Somebody said I'm jumping and freezing. I think the internet is messing up on me. You guys, I think my internet is messing up on me. Hold on one second. Let me make sure. Is my internet messing up? I just said, somebody just let me know that it's jumping and bumping, and I can't have that. I paid that bill. Yeah. Guys, now you guys gotta let me know if I'm buffering or something. Please let me know if I'm buffering. I don't know if the internet is getting a little wacky on me. I know my son was having a little problems. If you can let me know if the internet is kind of doing some weird stuff for me, let me know, because I don't want to get into a groove and know, we might have to shut it down. I might have to start it back up to get this internet situation up under control. Okay, thank you. It seems to be fine. Okay. Yeah. All right, cool. Because I do not want that happening. Let me pull it up on my phone, making sure things are going good, because I don't want to. That's so unprofessional. I don't like, I like things to be. I love and like things to be professional. That's what separates me, I feel, from a lot. Like my thing is always high quality. I like to be at a high quality. So if mine is skipping and jumping, it's not a good representation of me. Like I don't know what I'm doing. But if it's a technical situation as far as the internet I can't control, then that's on, So I think I may be all right. But so let's get into the topic at hand. I want to start off with the Iran situation and, how scary that situation is. It's still scary because it is what it is. I mean, nobody really knew how that was going to pan out. Nobody really knew how that was going to go ultimately. And it seems to calm down a little bit. As far as, Iran having nuclear. Okay, thank you so much. With the situation with the fires with the explosion of the nuclear sites in Iran, ultimately, I think that was a good thing to do, a hard decision to make, a decision that wasn't made lightly, I know, because, those type of situations can spill over and you don't know really what to expect when you do something like that. So with the president going ahead and making that call and making that move, it turned out to be the right move to do. Ultimately, I've seen a lot of people, I think a lot of time people be wanting to, disagree with the man just because they don't like him. And I'm gonna be straight up. He's a heck of a better president than Kamala and Biden. You know what I mean? And it's really like all those things that people were upset or scared of hasn't happened. You know what I mean? Like people are scared of or were scared of the Social Security being cut. I remember all that stuff when he came into office. Social Security gonna be cut. I remember my mama even worried about myself. People were fear mongering and pumping people head full of the Project 2025 and we're going back into slavery, and just people was acting so crazy. Like what happened to all those fear mongering things that people were talking about last November? The stock market really is stronger than it's been. Things are recovering. The tariffs wind up being the right thing to do. For not just in general, the tariffs wind up being the right thing to do. For Canada and Mexico and all these other countries, tariffs had to happen because those countries was getting away with murder as far as what they were getting from the United States and not putting back into it. And at the end of the day, look, y'all, people, it's a lot that's wrong with the United States. Ain't nobody saying that it's perfect, but it's better than any of these other places out here, y'all. People be talking mad junk, and I got a lot to say that's bad. You know what I mean? I can't, but I hear people talk a lot of junk, but they gone over there to China and go live over there. Go and live in North Korea. Go to these other places and see if you can really make it. Go to these countries in Africa. I'm listening to you. You say we have differences of opinion. Let me put this up because my spectacles is kind of, I don't like this song. I don't know what the hell this is. Let's just change this. Hold on. Let's see if we can get a little bit more groovier than it. All right. You say, see, we have differences of opinions on that. Better than Kamala and Biden, to each of their own. I feel that has not been one president that has really done what they promised. It's really sad that our government system lacks leadership, empathy, and integrity. Yeah, we do have a difference of opinion. I think this one guy, well, at least he has kind of promised what he said he was going to do. He's been doing it. And he said it during his campaign trial. Campaign trial, ain't that something? People was putting him on trial, you know what I'm saying? But I think whatever he ran on is what he's actually been doing. For real, for real. Whatever he's ran on is what he's been doing. You know, far as better than Kamala and Biden, they couldn't have handled that situation with Iran. They couldn't have. And the reason I say they couldn't have handled that situation with Iran, they haven't handled the situation with Iran. You know, and in the way that I look at the way that Biden left Afghanistan, it was such a disgrace. He left $8 billion worth of United States Armed Forces equipment. He left all that equipment. Them people wind up taking that equipment that the United States left there and start using it against so that's American taxpayer money. He did that as soon as he got in there. He called himself retreating or taking himself out of out of Afghanistan. You said it right on trial. But yeah, that was a fugazi moment. But no, I don't really think I don't think she could have handled the pressure with the gravity of that moment. I just don't see it. I don't see it, you know. And I know Biden wasn't cognizant enough to do it. Come on now. And we ain't really got to say too much about Biden because unfortunately Biden is going through some medical things, and that's never good. You know what I mean? I'm want the best for him with that. He had a full, nice, rich life. So, but what did it say here? I'll read what you say. What you say. If you stand behind him, of course you'll support. This Biden was terrible and no better. The whole government system is jacked up. And I feel where you're coming from. I'm not but I think it's getting better, in my opinion. I mean, when we say this system is jacked up, but what are we comparing it to? You know what I mean? When we saying this form of government is jacked up, we kind of got to compare it to something. Whose governmental system? What is a good government? Maybe that's the question. What is a good government? And I guess this is not even a question about who's the president, who's the administration now. What is a good government? What does a good government look like to you? Biden should not have ran, and then just, in your opinion, we should have had a whole new reader. Far as what, they should have just had her in the beginning. Yep. I don't even think the Democratic Party didn't even want Kamala though. You know what I mean? They just kind of had to pick her at that late stage of it after he messed up in that debate. But beyond Biden and Trump, what does a good government look like to you? Like people say, well, okay, it's a jacked up government, it's a jacked up system. What we comparing it to? What nation out there has a good system that you say, you know what, the United States should model it afterward? And I'm not saying that the United States got the perfect system. I'm just saying, I heard somebody say this weekend, this is what I heard somebody say this weekend. I heard a couple of politicians say this concerning a couple of decisions they had to make, and it was a perfect thing that they said. They said, "Well, what's your plan? So, what does your perfect government look like? If the United States is so jacked up far as their government, what is the perfect, or what is the government that is a great government looks like to you, and who are we comparing it to in this world?" And you can't say, I'm not going to give you an out, and you say there's no government that's perfect, in which we know that. So what government is better than the United States if we're comparing? And I seem to argue that there's nothing else better out there. I'm not saying that this nation ain't no better than the others, but what I'm just gonna say is, a lot of times a lot of people have a lot of stuff to say, but like I be hearing people talk, you can go here and go there and go live. Yeah, I doubt if them people go to them countries and live. You can't do half the stuff you do, but I think this government, this country does have a lot of work to do, a heck of a lot of work to do. It ain't gonna never be perfect. The only perfect government, my answer would be, that is the government, the kingdom of heaven. That's the perfect government, and that's what we should ultimately model ourselves afterwards. But we can't be that because we so corrupt as people. It can never be that. The only person that can usher that in is Christ himself. So until that day and he bring his perfect government, we gonna be flawed. But while we here on earth, who has the perfect government? Let's go ahead and look at what you say. A good government is standing on what was established: life, liberty, and pursuit of happiness. No need to compare to anyone's government, because there's no other nation government system fits or molded or for everyone. The U.S. started off as wrong foot in the beginning. You can't establish a government from being a bully, stealing, enforcing, and killing others off their land, and establish a system. Good point. Let me see here. I feel you. This is what I would say to that. You can't, I feel you. Okay. But there's no nation on earth today that did not pretty much take it. You know what I'm saying? Like, because we all, if you think of it as us as people, we all kind of formulated in one place on the earth. We dispersed throughout the earth from that one place, and we took control of land, right? I'm taking it back from the beginning. And we took control of land, right? And then we all fought each other, and some was on this land and that, and we all conquered and took over land, kicked people off. All nations is really guilty of that in a way. The reason why it's so fresh with the United States is because the United States is the most, really, a lot of people forget how young the United States really is. It's not really an old country. But when you look at places that are very old countries, it was the same thing, conquering, and whatever language that country speaks is who conquered them. You know what I mean? So it's like, that's how most nations were established. Even smaller nations. Let's just talk about indigenous Indians nations, the Navajo or the Cherokee or the Iroquois or the Chippewas or the Seminoles, the Aztec Indians. They all warred and fought against each other, took each other's land, because they called themselves nations. So if you even look at the Indian nations, like I just mentioned, they all fought, but they respected and had treaties and stuff like that. But that's kind of how it goes. Let me see here. I always like to play 1-2, you know what I'm saying? We say when Christ comes back, that is the perfect government, and that's what you're waiting on. And that's the perfect government. Now that's the perfect government. That's the perfect government. So until then, until Christ do come, you know what I'm saying? Where would you rather live? Here or in Russia? I'm talking about modern country. You know what I'm saying? I'm not talking about, not saying that these other countries are not good and you couldn't establish and get yourself, living well in these other countries. But would you want to, find yourself and living in Australia, or which is I guess up to date country, France, England, Russia, China, Iran, Israel, Sweden, or do you like the good old US of A? I mean, would you rather stay here? I'd rather stay here till Christ come back. You know what I'm saying? And then let him do his thing, how he gonna handle it. But it's the country, not even the country, even the local governments, municipalities and states need big help. Leadership for a long time has been on a downslope. So it's been more important now than ever just to pick the right people to be leaders or to govern. You know what I mean? And that's a heavy, heavy thing to govern, because you're not gonna, to govern something is because you're responsible for everybody up under your cloak, up under your jurisdiction. So when you run for these offices, go ahead and put this up. So you need to find an isolated island and have access to this country for whatever I need and can take back. Yeah, you're right. That ain't right. But no, I feel you. But getting with it being election season where I'm at, and probably other places around the country or whatever the case may be, picking the right person is real important. Not just because you like them. You got to kind of really know the person's heart. You got to know the person's heart. You got to try to really discern who that person is. If their interest, number one, you got to vote your interest. I always tell people that, vote your interest. And on top of that, don't let people make you feel bad about who you support or don't support. For some reason, we got that bad. We try to make people feel bad for who they support. You support who you want to support. That's, so if you don't vote and still support that person or whatever the case may be, don't let nobody make you feel bad about who you support. And that's between you, them, and God, and whatever your interest. But I always say, vote your interest. Vote your interest. Support your interest. What matters to you. And if you find the best candidate in your mind and heart that kind of lines up with what your core beliefs are, and that's what you do. And it can get hot and contested about who you should vote for and who you should support. But you support who you feel has your interest, that shares the interest that you feel like you carry in your heart. So yeah, when it comes down to that, I've had people, you should vote for this person, you should support, and you shouldn't support it. Don't nobody tell me what to do. Nobody tells Sante what to do. Nobody tells Sante what to do. Especially if you're not paying Sante. Nobody tells Sante what to do. And even if you're paying me, it's hard for you to tell me what to do if it's outside of the spectrum of me being paid to do what you're asking me to do. But you can't ultimately tell Sante what to do. And, you have people try to make you feel bad about who you support on a national level, on a state level, in a jurisdictional area where you are. Support who you support and the person that supports your interest or whatever you feel is closest that matches, regardless what anybody say. And it ain't everybody business who you support if you don't want to let it be known like that. But and if you don't support nobody, you just don't. Because then also people try to make you feel bad if you don't vote. That's your right too as a citizen. That's your right too as a citizen. And that tripped me out even more. People be tripping me out. You should vote. Yeah, people died for your vote. No, yeah, and people died for me the right not to vote too. So it's vice versa. You can't. I don't like when people and the black people do that shit. I don't like it. We do, and it's not right. Whoever you vote for is who you support. Is who you support. I don't care if you vote for whoever, which is why I don't get into politics. Everything is. I'm learning everything is politics. Even the Bible. That's all the Bible really is politics. You know, but I feel you. I know what's going on in the world. But to get into the conversation around it, nope, I'll keep my peace. And I feel you with that. A lot of people just stay out of it. And a lot of times that is the smart thing to do. You know what I'm saying? I feel you because I've seen people really lose their closeness because of that type of stuff. But like I said, at the end of the day, it's who you support. That whoever you want to support, whoever is your candidate, that's who your person is. And you have the right for that. And ultimately, like I say, just like you have the right to vote, you have the right not to vote. Don't let nobody make you feel like you have to do something. You know what I'm saying? Like people be, and it be mainly black people doing that. Black people got a real, my people, our black people really got trying to tell people what to do all the damn time. You know what I'm saying? No, take care of yourself. Do what you're supposed to do. Don't tell me what to do. You should do this. You should do that. You should do this. You should go to college. You should do. We be we don't do that. We need to stop that shit for real. I mean, I really don't curse a lot on here, but we need to stop that. Let people be people. Let them be who they are, and if an election come around and I can vote in it, and I feel compelled to vote in it, I will. If I don't, I won't. And that's what it is. Or tell people, that's what you say here, or tell people you don't vote, then you don't have any opinion. I beg to differ. We need to stop that. Or we'll tell you if you don't vote. Yep. Oh man, that's what you just said is perfect. People will tell you that. If you don't vote, you don't have an opinion. If you don't vote, you don't. And I'm gonna tell you another one. What they say too. Say you vote for the candidate that won, and something is going wrong with that candidate, or you voted for the candidate you voted for the one that won, and now it's your fault. It's going like this. So you telling me my one now you ain't got nothing to say. You can't criticize. Yo. That's black people talk. That's ignorant. We do stupid shit. I'm for real. We do a lot of stupid stuff. And we need to quit it. You know what I'm saying? We need to quit it. We need to stop it. We sound dumb to ourselves, really, the people that really got minds of their own. Because I'm not a sheep. I don't follow the herd. I always done my own thing. Have my mind of my own. But you don't only sound stupid to people that got their own mind. You sound stupid in general across the board. You know what I mean? I just don't have a herd mentality. You know what I mean? I just don't have a herd mentality. I don't have a herd mentality. I don't have, just because you feel a certain way, don't make me feel that certain way. You know what I mean? And the only way I kind of get behind something is if it's really right to me. And TD Lou said, that's true. Then it's your fault. Yeah. You're right. So, I'm just an advocate for people having their own opinion, their own mind. And really, for the most part of it, a lot of us don't have our own mind. We do stuff because other people's doing it. That's why a lot of people don't get nothing done. If you really think about it, a lot of times we don't get nothing done because we worried about how people feel about what we doing. I go back to a story where, I'm not going to keep or belabor this, but I go back to even when I got I did my podcast, my studio, my content studio, and I had, people that I didn't think would say, well, that won't work, this and that and this and this and that. They trying to project their little fears or their understanding on me. But see, my understanding is higher than your understanding on this subject, buddy. Stick to your expertise. Or a lot of people want you to follow them so you can continue to follow them and need them and come to them. You know what I mean? You gotta have your own mind going on, y'all. So yeah. So I just think, when it comes down to that, we need to have our own mind. Now, when it comes to Christ, I have a sheep mentality. Outside of that, I'm unorthodox. But yeah, when it comes to Christ, yeah, he's that's who you should be following, So yeah, you can't follow man or even a leadership that you vote for. You know what I mean? When the people that you vote for, we're not looking for them to be Christ. The people, whoever we vote for, we're not looking for them to be Christ, and we'll hope that they have some Christ-like attributes. You know what I'm saying? You try to find your best person that is for the people and actually really feel like they there for them, but ain't nobody gonna be perfect. Nobody that you vote for, nobody you vote for is gonna be perfect, but you got to find somebody that align to your and to the people if I had some advice to give to people that are running and who may win, you already know you're not going to please everybody. And my mentality is not even trying to please everybody. Try to please the common good, the common thread. Because a lot of times when you're in those power positions, you have to make decisions that other people really don't even understand because they're not even really privy to the information that you get. And you try to go ahead and let people know what you know in a way, but everybody ain't gonna understand. You have to make decisions based on knowledge now. So that's even come down to the Iran situation. There was a decision made that, a lot of us didn't understand, but wind up being probably the best. We wasn't privy to it all, but you can't be privy to all the information because if the information leak, then things happen with that. So you have to, you just got to vote people in that you feel has the best interest for you and the overall common good. And don't feel guilty about it. Just support who you want to. Damn, I'm coming across some good beats. Hold on, let me see if I can flow. Let me close my eyes one time. Yeah. Let me see if I can just do it. Block out all things in my mind, get to it. This is Sante, and I got to do it. Tripping off another level, pursuing things that I can't see but heavens above and what's below, trying to get I don't want to see that though. Yeah, I tried to get that swerving in the new way, two-way. Back then, it was a no way. But I'm messing up, y'all. My skills is lacking. I'm rusty. All right. But yeah, ultimately, y'all, just follow what your heart tells you to do. But there's a lot, so there's a lot going on. And I didn't want to come on and stay too long, but whenever I don't come on for long, I feel odd. You know what I'm saying? So it's like I wanted to come on tonight for a little bit. I know the 4th of July is coming up, and I'm going to tell y'all this, y'all. Then I'm out of here. Be careful. Be careful. Yeah, you heard me, all right. Yeah, I wasn't spitting. I was talking. But I'm gonna tell you, just be careful. I don't know what people got going for the 4th of July. It's so crazy. We at the 4th of July already. We here. And just be careful whatever you do. Watch out for drunk drivers. Watch out for, keep your head on a swivel. If you go to crowded places, just be careful. Just be mindful of you know, family and friends if you can. Try. There's a lot going on. Take care of yourself, your mind, and your body for real. And just relax if you can. I don't plan to do much. Get a little bit of food. I'm gonna stay out the way. My son just bought an e-bike, and he was gonna take it. My son just bought an e-bike, right? Thank you, and I hope you have a great 4th of July also. Independence Day. Yeah, right. But yeah. So my son just bought an e-bike, right? And I talked to him, I said, dog, send that bike back, because it's like a little scooter. I said, man, take that bike back, dog. Get a bigger one, you know what I'm saying? I've been seeing e-bikes a lot, but this e-bike go like 20, 25 miles per hour, and on the battery, you can get like 30, 35 miles on the battery, right? So my son called Amazon because the tire was flat, and he was like, he's just gonna send it back. Amazon is great, y'all. Sometimes Amazon told him just to keep the bike, and they're gonna give him a full refund. So basically what he paid on that bike, which was $200 and some change, they giving him basically all that money back, and he get to keep the bike. I said, why don't you just give that to your other, your brother or whatever, blah, blah, blah. But then I start thinking about it. Yo, I can get on the e-bike. So I'm thinking about maybe this weekend, I might put that bike in the trunk, ride somewhere. We're gonna go get the wheel fixed tomorrow. It's in Pontiac, there's an e-bike shop somewhere off of Woodward. So I'm gonna go to that shop, get that bike wheel fixed, or we get that bike wheel fixed. It ain't gonna be much. Get the bike wheel fixed, get that boy charged up. And I might e-bike this weekend. Might get on the e-bike, might get on Woodward, go through Birmingham or something, just might park, pull that boy out, and just scoot around. You know what I'm saying? Yo, I like to do little wild stuff like that. Take my camera, take my drone, get some footage, get my little DJI action cam, get a little footage or whatever like that, and just be out and enjoy for a second. But when it comes to being out super crazy late, I'm cool in the gang. I'm not gonna do too much. I'm just gonna relax a lot if I can. I'm going to eat, be around family, and that's about it. Stay out the crowd. Probably come on and do another live or do something like that for a little bit. And talk about the ones and twos a little bit. And also, you guys, I want you guys, whoever's listening right now, there is going to be a important, stay tuned, y'all. I'm about to drop an announcement. One of the candidates is going to, Pontiac, one of the candidates for the city of Pontiac office, one of the offices are going to, they want to have an exclusive, one of our good people, residents that's doing a lot of great stuff in the city of Pontiac is going to be hosting. It's going to be probably at the pod, and a no holds barred phone calls. Y'all call in. It's going to be hot. And I'm looking at next week with this person. I just got to find the date that works for myself, number one, and kind of works for everybody. But be on the lookout for that. That's going to be what we about to get into this week coming. But this week is a slow week for your boy. And I got through it, y'all. I got through it. So with that being said, I'm going to relax out a little bit and be old man. And that's it, y'all. That's it. If there's anything that you guys would like to say, lastly, let me know. I'm getting into some weak songs now. Let me find one. I gotta go out on a good beat now. Hold on. Yeah. So thanks for joining me tonight on Pontiac WYAC. Yeah. Whoa. Troublesome, they call me Tay. By the way, I don't play. Bounce off the ropes like Cassius Clay. Every day I'm trying to get paid. Y'all trying to get laid. I'm trying to do what I said. Y'all doing what's dead. Y'all drink and smoke. I think and prepare. Everything that I do is over there. Where I'm at, I'm everywhere. In my zone, up in my cipher. Understand I'm not like you and you ain't like her. Get your money up. Get it, son. By the time you get in the beginning, I'm already done. So I'm about to begin a new track. Listen to what I'm saying, cause it's never gonna be whack. Sante from the PONITIC. Listen to me if you wanna be like me. This is oh shit. But yeah, you guys, I'm about to get on. Thank you for popping on with me. I don't know if my live stream was really kind of on or off tonight. Far as with the internet. I think the internet was playing a little bit of games tonight. But thank you for popping in with me, joining me, having a little bit of fun with me, and I appreciate that. And I will be on with you guys. Wednesday or Friday. One of those two. All right. With that being said, keep God first, family second, and you third. In that order, you should never be made last. Peace.